Hello, guys. This is Mr. Mitchell coming at you with another live recorded or pre-recorded, I don't know, lesson for today. Today we're going to focus on quotient properties of exponents, but I'm not going to teach the lesson. You're going to teach the lesson to one of your classmates. So you have computers in front of you and you should be working. In the meantime, I will provide additional lessons or resources for you guys for this lesson. Just know that with quotient properties, let's go to the next slide. When you're working with quotient properties of exponents, we're going to divide with like basis and subtract the exponents. So there are only two things that we're going to be working with. One, division. This next one, subtraction. You should be able to do those two without any problems. Any problems. All right, here we go. Here's our first problem. All right, our first problem says 32a squared divided by 4a. As a matter of fact, let's make our exponent a 3. So I want you to rewrite it like this. 32a to the third divided by 4a. Okay? When you don't have an exponent with your a, is assume that it's 1. So let's go ahead and do our division. We know that 32 divided by 4 will simply give us 8. Now, what are we going to do with our variables? So we're going to have a, we're going to have 3, we're going to subtract 1, which will equals 8a to the second power. And that is our final answer. Okay? Now, some people like to do it like this. They would keep 32 and they would do a, and then they would have 4, and they would write a, and then they would cancel out, and then they would divide. So you can see we're only left with 2 a's. So it'll be 8a squared. So depending on which method you find, best for you, try one of them. Yeah. Try one of them. Now, let's go to a little bit more complicated problem. What is this, Mr. Mitchell? Yes, this is a serious problem. So, it's okay. We have 24x squared, y6, z7 divided by 8, negative 8x, y2, z5. So, what is the best way to attack this problem? Well, first, you can divide your numbers. 24 divided by negative 8 will give you a negative 3. Okay? So if we've done that so far, we're in a good spot. So now, I'm going to go ahead and write my x. It's going to be 2 minus 1. Next, I'm going to have my y, which is going to be 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2. And for the last portion, I'm going to have z, 7 minus 5. 7 minus 5. So now I'm going to go ahead and evaluate these and write them. So I know that this will be 1, this would be 4, and this would be 2. So here's my answer. Negative 3x. You could put 1, or I'm going to choose not to. Y 4, Z 2. And that is it, guys. We have just simplified this expression. Here's the next question. Well, I want to bring this to your attention. Okay, now when you have negative exponents, nobody wants to deal with negative exponents. Nobody wants to do that, okay? So when we have negative exponents, here's the rule. Let's say that, give you an actual number. 7 negative second power. That will equals 1 over 7 to the second power, which will equal 1 over 49. Okay, so whenever we have a base raised to a negative exponent, we're going to write it as a fraction with the numerator being 1, and then our expression with a positive exponent as the denominator. So here's what I want you to remember. Negative exponents are positive fractions. Again, negative exponents are positive fractions. So here are a couple of problems that we can do. All right, let's look at the first one. We have x to the negative 4th y squared. So let's deal with the x first. So we know the rule that all of our negative exponents are positive fractions. So we have 1 over x to the 4th. Pretty simple. Times y squared. So you can put this as a 1. You don't have to. So your final answer for this is y squared x 4. Simple. All right. Here's the next one. We have 2x raised to the negative second power. So we can keep our 2 times 1 over x squared, which is simply going to be, here it comes, 2 over x squared. Remember, we're taking our negative exponents and we're turning them into positive fractions. Again, we're turning them into positive fractions. Here's the last one. Well, the next one. All right, we have to raise everything inside to the third power. All right, I know that 3 to the third power is negative 27. Yes, it is. It is negative 27. And then I am going to, I'm going to put it over 1. Times, this will give me x to the negative 6. Now I'm going to go ahead and change that right away to 1 over x to the 6. So I'm going to multiply negative 27 times 1 will give me negative 27. And then 1 times 6, x to the 6th power, is going to be x to the 6th. So my final answer is negative 27 over x to the 6th power. And finally, we have a negative 2 sitting on the outside. which means I have to raise everything on the inside by -2. So this fraction will be written like this. We're going to raise the denominator and numerator to -2 times x to the +6, because a negative times a negative is a positive. So now, since both my numerator and denominator contain negative exponents, and they're going to transfer positions, which will signify positive exponents. So I'm going to put 3 +2 exponent with a 1 positive exponent of 2 times x to the 6. I'm going to go ahead and evaluate that. I know 3 to the second power is 9. And 1 times 1 is still 1. Times x to the 6, my final answer. And you can put this over 1, still have a 1. My final answer will be 9x to the 6th power. And that is it, guys. You have been a great audience. Now I want you to complete these problems. This is also the homework, but if you want to get an early start, you may.